Welcome to Mapmax, your go-to resource for analyzing the real estate landscape in New York City, Long Island, and New Jersey. In this tutorial, we'll walk you through the simple steps to navigate our user-friendly website and unlock in-depth insights into commercial and residential properties. Whether you're a business owner looking for a prime location or a home buyer seeking detailed neighborhood information, Mapmax has you covered. Let's begin by typing in a location. For an example, I'm going to begin typing in a location in Manhattan of New York City. And once I begin typing, I'll start to get different choices from the scroll. I'll choose the choice that I want, and I'm directed now to the map page. The map page is really the core of our website. It's where you get all sorts of information about the neighborhood that surrounds your location. We have a proprietary algorithm called Return. And what Return does is it analyzes what is immediately in your vicinity. So if you're a business, this is where the primary base of your customers is going to come from. If you're a resident, this is your primary neighborhood where you want to find local restaurants, doctors, any kind of establishment, transportation, anything that you need in your daily life. The rings that you see in Manhattan are static. They're for user perspective to give an idea of how far the return extends in your primary zone. And they change depending on the location that's typed in because they signify the boundaries of the return area where your neighborhood is existing. Within this, on the map page, as mentioned, you have the return. You also have the zip code, census data, if you wish to look at that and compare. Now, the zip code isn't always similar to the return. The return is really more important because if you're on the edge of a zip code, you're going to be doing your primary shopping and everything else in your daily life into the area closest to you, even if it happens to be in the next zip code over. So the return is really the base of what you need to study. And that's why our proprietary algorithm is so important for your needs and to benefit you. Here we go. This is the address. You have the population within the return. It's broken down by median age, by household income, by gender, and within this, you also have all sorts of social information that you might want, whether it's marital status, income, which is important obviously for a business to know. Can your concept be afforded by the general population? Some businesses may want a slightly lower socioeconomic population because their product caters to that category of cohorts. So it's really totally dependent on what your needs are as a business or an individual. And also age is important, right? If you're selling a product that deals primarily to service young children, you're going to want a demographic breakdown in your return where there's a high number of young children and babies within your zone of commercial trade. So that is one of the features that's extremely important and beneficial. The other is the landscape within your return of neighboring businesses or destinations, things that will attract business to you as a retail establishment, or perhaps compete for your business, which you'd have to consider strongly when looking for a location, or as a resident, these are businesses that you're going to need in your neighborhood to use as a daily occurrence in your family life. So you type in Chinese restaurants as a business owner if you are thinking of opening a Chinese restaurant and you want to assess the competition. For a homeowner, you get to see the Chinese restaurants in your neighborhood in case you want to go out for a meal with family or friends. So having done this, your location is in blue, and the red pins around it are the neighboring Chinese restaurants within the Raton area and a 0.5 mile radius. That's your immediate surrounding area where the vast majority of consistent customers have been shown to come from in the city. The Raton and the radii rings change for each location, each borough, each county, depending on your proposed location, and that is because the consumer base and the community changes depending on the area in which you work or live. Chinese restaurants here, you can click on the pins to see the restaurant and how they relate to your establishment. You can scroll down to look at the pictures and to see the distance from your proposed location and to see how popular the ratings are. Again, to assess competition. You'll want to look at what kind of cuisine is served within that specialty. Is it fine dining? Is it fast food? You want to consider price point, commensurate to the quality. All of these things will help you decide whether or not your business can succeed against this competition in your area. Continue to scroll down. In the boroughs of New York, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and the Bronx, the subway system comes up on the map page to show the neighboring subway lines around the proposed location and their yearly traffic counts. A yearly traffic count is telling you how many people are passing through the turnstile at the particular subway station. And this is huge for a business owner because these are people that are going by your establishment and these are your potential customers. If you type in subway station up by businesses' destinations and click on the scroll, it will load for you where the subway stations exist in comparison to your location. And this way you can see directly. You can zoom out, you can zoom in, you can get a very good sense of how close you are to the subway stations, and therefore all these consumers, close to 500,000 a year, coming by your location. You can also click on a satellite image just to give you a better understanding of what's around. You can see residential, you can see parks as they might exist. You can see just basically the topography of the landscape around your site. In addition to competition, you can also check about generating businesses. And generating businesses are places or establishments that are going to attract people close to your location that can be your potential customers. If you're a resident, a destination is something that you might enjoy doing around your home. So there are multiple uses. The information's there. It can be assessed in whichever way works for you personally, depending on your need, commercial or residential. Being we're in Manhattan, let's type in a destination that people may want to go to in the area. Let's see museums. Let's see what's around. So, around for this location, you have something very close, a children's museum. Again, great if you have families. that you want to take. Maybe you have young children you want to take to the museum. If you're a business, then you have a museum very close by, just a couple blocks away, that could generate business. Family could go to the museum, and then afterwards they could want lunch or dinner at your location. Over here, we have the American Museum of Natural History. Huge generator. People come from all over the world to visit the Museum of Natural History. So again, it's just a few blocks from your location and a huge generator of business. There are all sorts of features on the map page. The example was for Manhattan, but as mentioned, the map page will service anywhere in Long Island and New Jersey, in addition to the boroughs of New York City. And it's a wealth of information. Generators, competitors, demographic information, anything that you may need to help you make a decision for your next business or where to live for your home. So I hope it was helpful. When you are done assessing the location in full, just go back to the home page and you're redirected to where you can type in another location and you can start the process all over again. Good luck. Visit Mapmax.online